Can you tell? Like, can you look at a couple walking past?
Okay, first of all, an upside down pineapple is like the unofficial official swinger symbol. So if you see a pineapple and it's flipped upside down, either they're joking with you or they're actually swingers. That is the first thing. But we always joke, like, if the wife's real tan and has fake boobs and they have like a hot tub and they have hot friends that they hang out with all the time, they're typically swingers, stuff like that. But truth be told is, again, another misconception. When we're like normal, like if I'm running to Walmart or Target or whatever, I'm just going to Target and Walmart. I'm not in there looking for potential swingers. I'm just in there to get my groceries and get out of there and go home. But people think that when we're out in like real life that we are like, we got to find a couple today because we just really got to fuck somebody. People think that we're just out there looking for someone to have sex with. We look for swingers at swingers clubs. We look for swingers at swinger events. Like
on swinger websites.
On swinger websites. We're not going to a normal bar in hopes to meet another swinger couple to take home.
Could like a person who's not a swinger, could I just like show up and just walk around?
Yeah, I think people...
Like, I would be interested in just seeing what's going on.
Same.
Like,
that's how I was
here?
when my guy that I was dating with said that. Honestly, I think people think that like you walk into a swingers club and you're like, get naked, you got to start fucking. That's not the case at all. Honestly, it's really very similar to like a regular club or a regular party.
Like these swinger clubs, you can go, you can dance, you can dress up, you can have fun. There is zero obligation to have sex. But there is, in most of the clubs, not even all of them have a place where you can go have sex. But in a lot of clubs, there's these back rooms where if you'd like to go, you can go back there. And there's going to be people having sex.
But you
orgies.
do not have to go. And you could go and not engage. You could go and just sit and watch. As long as you're not being like a weirdo, you can sit and watch and just, enjoy the scenery. Or like, let's say husband and wife, you're not swingers, but you enjoy having sex in rooms with other people having sex. Like you can engage with just your partner in a room with other people. No one will touch you unless you give them permission to touch you. And I think that's a huge misconception about swinging. I think people think that we hook up with just about everybody, that it's a free for all, that everybody just jumps in the bed and it's just dicks and boobs and all the things flying. And that's not the case at all. It's all about consent. It's all about respect. And sometimes we don't have sex with anybody. Sometimes we have sex with 6 people. It kind of just depends.
Yeah, like how often in a month or in a week or whatever, like how often would you say that you generally swing?
Roughly once a month is about what we always say.
Can you just find these online?
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be secretive?
No, they're not.
No.
Like, I feel like there's got to be a password or something.
People are like, what do we got to do to get in? It's not like
people will email us and be like, how do I get into this? Like, what, like vet me in. Like,
and there's not like a secret handshake. Like, honestly, you can Google, you can type in swingers club, and pretty much any large metropolitan city is going to have some type of swingers club. And it's typically could be right around the corner, and a lot of people don't even know unless you live in like the Bible Belt and everybody tells everybody.
I think he's Googling.
I'm Googling right now. Like, I live in Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But most cities will have...
Oh, yeah. They're everywhere.
Yeah. And then they also have groups that do like hotel takeover, so they will essentially rent out an entire hotel and then resell the rooms to swingers, and then like maybe have the club party in the ballroom, and then if you want to engage with another couple, you take them back to your room. So there is 100%, and like anybody can go on their website as long as you meet their criteria, because like sometimes it's age, sometimes you have to have a partner to go. Every club's a little different, but as long as you meet that, you buy a ticket and you just show up. Like, it's not like you don't have to like do all this fancy stuff to get in. You just go, and you just, as long as you're respectful and you follow the rules, you're allowed to be there.
Yeah. And there's some big events. I don't think people realize, Naughty in New Orleans, which is one of the larger lifestyle kind of conventions every year, has about 3,000 people that are in attendance. There's swinger cruise ship takeovers where, they take over some of the large cruise ships. Those can be anywhere from 3,000 people to, I think the big ship has like 6,000 people on it. We host parties at different resorts in different places across the country. So a typical club night, there might be anywhere from 200 to 5, 6, 7, 800 people at a club in a night. An event down at like Secrets, which is a resort, usually close to 1,000 people will show up to that.
They also have resorts outside of the country that you can go to, and like you can tell your friends you're going to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, and you show up, and it's a swingers resort. They have a clothing option. You can walk around nude.
On the beach naked.
You can have sex wherever you want. Mm-hmm.